morning or evening, friends. It is I, Wise Guys, right back at it once again. What I'm going to bring to you... Oh, by the way, hi guys. How y'all doing? It's good to see you. Finally. Kind of had to get things set up. It's tough to get this the way I wanted to on PlayStation. I'm having a little difficulty getting it set up the way I wanted to. But this is the preliminary setup. 76 in the back, Spike Spiegel up there. Got my dragon, got Batman, got the Joker. We're ready. Yes. Most of the artwork on the wall has been provided by people I know. Good stuff. Anyway, got a chance to check out Marvel Heroes Omega. It's been a pretty fun trip. It's takes some getting used to. I'm not 100% used to it just yet, and parts of it feel bland just because I don't think the soundtrack is that expired. It's a lot like an MMO, so the movements feel the actions kind of feel repetitive. But even when it's feeling repetitive, you still kind of get a notion that you're doing something new. You still kind of get that powerful feeling. Particularly with my girl Squirrel Girl here. You saw in an earlier video, I absolutely picked up Squirrel Girl immediately. And she has been great. She has the little squirrels that follow around, and that has been amazing all the game. Great. So, I'm going to show some dungeons. This is a little mini dungeon. I have gotten a briefing earlier on that Electro... Yeah, because you're supposed to be chasing Shocker at this point. Electro was at a hideout and I had to fight it. This is Electro's hideout. That was a bad time to be checking my inventory and whatnot. But you guys see the power of the squirrels right there, man. Them squirrels. You don't want it. Anywho, I'm in here to try to find Electro, get a little bit of loot as I can. If you've played Diablo 2, 3? Most of the Diablos, I don't know if it had it so much in the first one because all that was interesting. But if you've been playing since then, you know that there are little areas that you can go into. Once you go into that area, there's like a little mini dungeon that you can kind of deal with. Mini dungeons are great. Mini dungeons are cool. Great to get lost. What up, Electro? How you doing? I kind of wish I had Spider-Man just so I could beat him up with Electro and hopefully he can get some stuff. By stuff, I mean some interesting quips because the voice actors have really nice quips in these. They talk to each other all the time, especially when you go back to the Shield headquarters. They're always talking to each other. As you see, my squirrels are doing work. They give you these nice little, let you know where the enemy's about to attack. Just get out the way. Now the cool thing about going into these dungeons is not only do you get loot from the whoever the boss is, or mini boss, or whatever you want to call him, but you also get the loot cash. Awesome. It's a good way to kind of level up, get some money. Smart move, if you ask me. I'm a big fan of it. That would be the first dungeon. I've got a couple more just to kind of get a look at it and see what we're going into. Or at least one. This one was a little bit later on. It's a bit of a bigger dungeon. Not to mention, I think I was a little bit deeper into the game, so I started looking at stuff. Now, I'm not as far into it as I need to be to really give a full, accurate assessment of the game. There are a lot of things that are locked by level. I think right now I'm at level 14, 15, something like that. Some of the better abilities and some of the deeper aspects of the game don't really come around until you hit about level 25 or something like that. Clearly I ain't there yet if I'm at 14. But I'm working on it. And I hope to be able to give you more information there. Some of the stuff doesn't get kicked in until you're like level 65 or 55 or something like that. We'll get to that later. But I hope I'm sticking around with the game long enough. I feel like stuff like this, when you're going into these dungeons and get record shops. By the way, that little green circle is her nice little area on the back attack. It also stuns. It is great. I don't know if it stuns these machines. I haven't really got a good check on that. I kept trying to spam it to kind of get a flip on it to see. I don't think it does, but I can't tell for sure. Also, it has this real odd effect on these enemies that'll pop up with Drill Claw. Anyway. I feel like the game would be a lot more fun if you're playing with friends. Like I said before, I have a couple of different squads that I usually roll with. One of which, shout out to CK Melonium Man. He gave me the heads up on the game and everything. He usually gives me the heads up on most of the games I play. Anyway, when that crew was playing, I wasn't able to get in. I had some other stuff I was trying to finish. I think I was finishing the Guardian of the Galaxy stuff at the time. But I did not get the ability to go into it, you know, really play around with it and see how a team's dynamic goes. Right now, I don't know if it's just the character I've picked or what. The game just kind of feels easy. I don't really feel too much of a challenge. Now I went back and played some Moon Knight. But the problem was I was trying him, so I couldn't get any level up. Because I couldn't get any level up, everything fell. Like I went into that Electro mission that I did earlier. I could barely get through any of it. Electro, I couldn't even get to Electro. Because it was a level 1 Moon Knight up against these pretty tough thugs. So I don't know if it's just Squirrel Girl or what it is, but I would like to play it with a group, just kind of get a feel of what's going on. And hopefully I can get to the group gameplay later on. Maybe then I can get you a little more about the traits and things. Again, that's coming later. Don't rush me. Rolling through this no problem like a boss. Got my furry quadrupeds. On it! Explosions! You didn't think a squirrel would give you explosions, but we got explosive gameplay because of a girl in tights and a tail and squirrels, dog. What more could you ask for? Did a pretty good job wrecking shop. As you see, let me give you a little hint, but a little rundown on those. Obviously, the red bar is going to be for your health. The blue bar is going to be, like, I think they call it spirit points or something like that. I think it's spirit for basically your energy or mind. The radial dial, the up, down, left, and right, those are key to certain buttons. If you've played a Marvel Ultimate, the Marvel, was it Marvel Heroes then? And Ultimate Alliance and all that kind of stuff. If you played any of those, then you're used to the setup. Like, the mechanics haven't changed that much. But you do have the L2 and you can go into the second screen as well. This one doesn't feel quite as dynamic to me, maybe because earlier, most of the time when you played, you had a team. So it was you and 3 other people, even if they're computer controlled, go in and kind of wreck shop. You can swap between them freely. You can set your team up before you go, swap between your teammates freely, but, you know, before you bring it, unless you get to a Black Hawk site or something like that, you really get it. Spam it on the buttons cause they're so effective. Quick glimpse into the inventory system. Yes. Staring at what's good and what's great. This is a key aspect anytime you're playing an RPG type game. A lot of people have played a lot of different RPG type games. This is very important to think about. Just because your stats are greater does not mean that is the item that you need at this moment in time. Okay, it ups your defense, that's fine. Have to ask yourself what kind of character you're going for. Most of you listening to this already know that. But if you're new to these types of games, figure out what kind of character you want to go for. Do you want a tank that's going to get in the middle and brawl and just kind of go nuts? Do you want the character that can not take a hit but just deal so much damage? You know, you have options in the game, and cater your item layout, your equipment layout, to the kind of character you want. Fairly simple. Again, if you play Diablo, you play this kind of game. Even the little mini dungeons, the types of enemies you fight, the variations on the enemy, the colors and the loot. I mean, this is Diablo 1. This is down to the deep, dark halls in the Church of Tristram. Right now, I could be searching for words that I could be right there. Or the secret cow level, you know. Some of you know. If you haven't played Diablo by now, stop this video and go play Diablo. Like, seriously. I mean it. Stop. Stop. Delving deeper into this dungeon, running through the cannon fodder, they don't mean nothing to me. They don't mean nothing to me or my squirrels. Me and my squirrels, we run this. My posse's full of squirrels, dog. They think we're crazy because we're really nuts. I'm so funny. Giant machine. Standard things apply. Now, I noticed on this one, I kind of lost my squirrels a lot of times. I don't know if that's just a function of the game or if that's just something they're supposed to happen there. I kind of see them sometimes while like right now, they're dealing damage. You can kind of see them in the machine, kind of sticking to it, but I don't really like that. As you saw, made short work of that creature. That boss, because you know he's a boss. Made pretty short work of him. Got him knocked out the frame. And that's it for this one. So let's check out another aspect coming up. Every good hero
Time to shake this place
needs a
down.
battle. So as for these villains, now I chose this one because Shocker was a main villain and like a main villain. It was a big deal as far as the story went about chasing down Shocker. And as far as fights go, he required probably the most thought up until this point. I've fought a couple of villains. He probably required the most thought up until this point. I can't say really challenged because he wasn't really that hard. Sorry. We worked on the game. He wasn't hard. Again, maybe the difficulty steps up the more people you have, but as you see, I'm level 10 here, and I was level 14 in the other one. I know. I get it. What's the point? I mean, why do that? You went back in time. Well, I did it to show you that Squirrel Girl is always strong. Always. If you didn't pick Squirrel Girl up, go pick Squirrel Girl up. Do it. Do it now. I'm not going to tell you to cut us off this time. You don't have to. That's fine. If you don't want to get Squirrel Girl, that's fine. There are plenty of heroes in this game, and they also have some really sweet costumes. Check them out. Doing well, doing well. Right now, I'm just kind of dancing around. Let's see. As far as villains I've played in this game, there's obviously Shocker. I've fought Doc Ock. I fought Venom. I fought Electro. I fought Taskmaster. I don't think I've gotten to fought Hood, the Hood. I don't think I've gotten to Kingpin or anything like that just yet. But I mean, they're varied in this game, and that's. I think they can do more with the villains than they can with the heroes, because with the heroes you have to pick characters and set them up so as us as the player can get a chance to play them. For villains, you don't have to make anything up. You just have to put them in that isolated situation. Your voice acting has to be very limited, very minimal. So I expect to see more villains, and not just more villains, but more variation on the villains. I don't think you're going to get that a lot, but, you know, we'll see. But it was fun. I mean, that was an easy little fight, but there are some fun ones. Like I said, the Doc Ock one was a little more difficult and challenging. I think there was a Rhino one that was pretty easy. I didn't say Rhino before, but you know, they're there, and it's worth playing. Moving right along. What is any? And I do mean any Diablo-style game without loot, without your skills. That's all you really need. Loot and skills. And that's basically what this game is. So as you can see, you've done this before, okay? The majority of you out there have done this before. They give you the radial menu. You go into your inventory. You can go through and check out each individual slot. It does a really good job of telling you so you don't have to check all the time. When something pops up, it'll say you picked up an item that has better stats than the one you use now. Great. I think you can press up on the directional pad, and poof, you're right there. You are right there to put in your stuff. You can check out what you want, what you don't want, that kind of thing. As you see in the bottom left-hand corner there's that little green bar. It shows you your inventory slots and lets you know how close you are to being over-encumbered, where you're going to have to go back and trade stuff. Pressing down on the directional pad is basically your scroll of town portal. I'm going to liken this a lot to Diablo. But it basically your total scroll of town portal. It takes you back to the shield headquarters. As you see, there are a number of systems that I can't get to. I haven't unlocked yet. It's a level thing. I'm sorry. Again, I hope to play enough to kind of give you guys a sense of what's available and what you can do with all those things. You know, what all the trade system, the ultimate system, that kind of thing. Right now we're in the trade system. It basically tells you the small things that goes with it. Like my squirrel friends, I get squirrel friends every time I use like an ability. That is amazing. Particularly because I can spam that one that stuns them. I end up with a lot of squirrel friends, and that comes into play later as well. Each character has nice little traits you can go into. You got your ultimates, you've got your skills, all these things. Now, from what I understand, the skills are only there for one very important reason, and that is to map what you go into battle with, or what you're in battle with. We get back to that in a minute. There we go. So you can map that all out. You get your skills based off your level, your levels based off your experience, so on and so forth. At this point in the game, I think I was level 10 or 11. I can't really see right now. Sorry. Can't see. It's really tiny on my screen. Really, really tiny on my screen. They wouldn't let me do this while playing. I'm sorry. But as you see, I have 7 skills that have been unlocked and 8 places to put them, because you have the 4 slots plus you have hold L2 and the same 4 slots. It's fairly accessible when you play. But when you play, as you unlock those, you can kind of set your battle up. You can kind of base it off of your traits. So I happen to know I have a lot of traits. I happen to know when I use my skills, extra squirrels come out. Right now I have an ability that deals damage based off those squirrels coming out. I don't put that in my immediate radial dial because I don't want to start pressing that and not deal that extra damage. However, if I start using some of the basic abilities first, like my stun, like my throwing out a squirrel, that kind of thing, I can hit L2 and then access that damage. Back to the inventory, like I said, make sure it complements what you're trying to do with your character. It's not really that hard. Just look at your character, look at what you want to do with your character, and just go from there.
Do you seek my counsel?
This was, I think, after Doc Ock? Something like that, and we had to fight the Hood. The Hood just ran off with our stuff. Anyway, that's a kind of an overview of your skills and your loot. What do you think the most important part of this game would be? Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, wait. No, it's the heroes. Of course it's the heroes. And this game offers a robust amount. Now, I'm sure there will be more in the future. That's my girl right now. What the girl? Stop looking at her tail. I mean, it's my girlfriend. Back up. But as you see, this is just a list of some of the heroes. Some obscure, some not so obscure. Most of them have movie deals. Yes. Yes. Captain America, Ant-Man. A lot of the costumes that you get, and I'll go through those in a minute, but a lot of the costumes that you get are based off of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's marketing, but you know, what's wrong with marketing? What's wrong with getting paid? They allow you to try every hero. You don't have to play, you don't have to buy every hero, but you get a chance to try them before you spend your points and your coins on them and that kind of thing. And kind of get a feel of what they do. Hulk felt very good when I played him at the very beginning. Very good. Just clearing waves out. That's my girl, Squirrel Girl. Some characters have more than 2. You get your Marvel Cinematic. You know, you get a kind of a robust view of what you're looking at as far as your costumes, but most of them have that. Marvel Cinematic as well. Really like that Captain Marvel costume. Really like. I mean, that's to me that's Captain Marvel. You got the 2 Black Panthers. Love Black Panther, by the way. He's so rich. He got that loot, son. And as you see, if you look in the top right-hand corner, you see my currency and how much I got. At the bottom of that screen lets you know how much they cost. And I ain't got enough for anybody because I spent 200 on Squirrel Girl. She was the cheapest out there, and she was a boss. Everybody else is 400, and they don't start you off for that much. And after that, every shard you get is like 1. So don't think you're about to rush up. That old school gambit, Mona. Old school gambit, mon ami. Yeah. Got Blade. Got that super old school Blade. Half of y'all ain't seen that before. Blade ain't always been Wesley Snipes. But I would have loved to see Wesley Snipes in that original costume. Got some fun plays on Deadpool. I really like that costume. When I pick up Deadpool, some point, sometime in the future, I'm buying that costume. If I have to use my own money, I'm getting that costume. Didn't really like that Hawkeye one. Not really fond of this Iron Fist one. I mean, you've seen the Netflix show. They could have done better than that. Much better. Who else we got? Kitty Pryde. I want to try her out with some of that phase and stuff. I don't like her movie outfit ever. Most of the X-Men. I mean, for me, I don't want to see the stuff on the movie. I want the stuff in the comics. Because that stuff looks pristine. Those are really good too. See, you get a robust choice of your hero. You get a robust choice of those costumes. Spider-Man pretty much always looks the same. I mean, Spider-Man. What else could you want? Wolverine, bub. Nice Rocket Raccoon. That is somebody I'm going to get. I'm going to get Moon Knight as well. But when I get Moon Knight, I'm going to get Mr. Knight right there. Look at that. That's so clean. That might be a Halloween costume because it's really easy to pull off. Just a white suit and a white hood. You got to be careful with that. I'm from the South, man. White hoods will get you in trouble. Hashtag just saying. Most of these costumes look like they put some love in them. Some of them, like this Ant-Man one, it's a movie tie-in. I mean, they put time and effort into it to make it look good, but you know, it's from the movie. I kind of like the Beast one. I like one where he's just naked, or just with boxers, not boxers but briefs on. That's cool with me. Cool with me, cause that's what Beast means to me, dog. Means to me. Anyway, I want to send you out with some Deadpool love. Look at that. He loves you. He loves you. If I appreciate you watching this with me. This is Marvel Superheroes. This is just a primer. There may be more content to come, especially if I get that group coming up. That will be great. If you like this, please hit the like button. If you love, hit the subscribe button. If you just want to say hi, give me a hug. Come on back. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Peace out.